Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Coast, Teil 2. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier in Nord angekommen, haben schon mal hier gut was an Kisten gesammelt, zwar den Teil hier. Hier durften wir leider noch nicht hin, aber sind jetzt hier am Sendergate, um zu gucken, was passiert ist. Warum ist die Provincial Army hier oben?
We're finally here.
Zender Gate sure is imposing.
And well guarded, too.
I'm not surprised. I doubt that was the first battle to take place here since the war started. I just hope the Lieutenant General is able to meet with us.
Who goes there?
Whoa, hang on a sec.
What are a bunch of civilians like you doing in a place like this? You sure don't look like you're from the settlement.
Put your hands in the air.
Easy there, pal. We're not here to cause any trouble. My name's Toval Rondonor, and I'm with the Bracer Guild. If possible, we'd like to request a meeting with Lieutenant General Vander.
A bracer?
The rest of us are students at Thor's Military Academy. We only just arrived at the Highlands.
Thor's, you say? Wasn't there a bunch of students from Thor's who came here on a field study a few months back? Now that you mention it, young man, you do look kind of familiar.
Rest assured, they are exactly who they claim to be.
Lieutenant General!
Good day, sir.
So he's...
It has been some time, Rean Schwarzer of Class VII. I presume those of you I don't recognize are classmates whose field studies took place elsewhere.
That's correct, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's an honor to finally meet you.
I'm impressed you were able to make it here. The ferocity of this war raging around us grows worse by the day. Come, it would be my honor to speak with you and field any questions you may have in my office.
Watchtower's been overtaken by the Noble Alliance. I'm afraid so. It happened not long after the war began. We've been using it as a base of operation from which to attack Zender Gate. Now we have to fight off their offensive from both sides of the border. That's definitely not a situation I'd want to be in. Wow, it sounds like you have it even tougher than Dad does over at Guerrilla. The situation here is certainly less than ideal. We've been doing all we can to hold out, even resorting to using the old model tanks. Been successful so far, but I see. Not like it's only a matter of time before the gate falls. Celine. She's not mistaken, I'm afraid. Without a significant development in our favor, I expect this base to fall within the month. We're doing all we can to avoid that, but it is a possibility we must accept sooner or later. How'd they get a hold of a watchtower in the first place? I expected it would have been pretty heavily guarded, given it was built to keep an eye on Calvert and all. It was. The soldiers there would have been highly vigilant too, thanks to the attack a mere month prior. However, none of us could have imagined the card that the Alliance would play to take it from us. I understand you may find this hard to believe, but we have reason to believe the Alliance has temporarily joined hands with the Republic. You're kidding. They formed an alliance with Calvert. But that doesn't... Erebonian and Calvert are enemies. Are you absolutely certain? Because you're right, sir. I do find it hard to believe. I am. The soldiers who were stationed at the watchtower at the time have testified as such. The day it fell, they came under attack by Republican airships. And while they were focused on fighting those off, they were attacked by Erebonian ships full of soldiers from the west. But didn't stand a chance. Oh no. That sounds pretty conclusive to me. I knew the Alliance was desperate to win, but not that desperate. I would have thought the Alliance would understand just who they were making a deal with. But surely the Calverts are den Dämonen hinstellen. Und dann, wenn man actually mal ein Kerl ist, sind es halt obviously normale Menschen. Like what we have here is the case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It gets worse. Ever since the watchtower fell, all of our orbital communications have cut out too. But true for the whole Highlands, actually, so we can't even call for reinforcement from the mainland. Let's see. Well, that shouldn't sound like a coincidence. We're inclined to agree. From what we can tell, there's nothing wrong with the communications equipment itself. I just wish we could get in contact with Gwyn. Oh. Right, Sarah said old man Gwyn was staying in Nord. He would be your go-to man for tech-related questions. Yeah, if anyone could get to the bottom of this, it's him. Of course, if you could just call him and ask, you wouldn't need his help to begin with. It really does sound like we should do something to help you. You needn't concern yourself with us. This war is between us and the Alliance. Exactly. Leave the fighting to us and focus on the task you came here for. We have no intention of relying on the help of Yoda by night. I would rather you use it to protect yourselves anyway. You have no reason to suffer because of this war. Besides, you've come all this way. I'm sure Gaius would very much like to see you. Gaius is here. Well, obviously. I believe so. I haven't met with him yet myself, but he left a message for me with one of my men. He supposedly returned here roughly a week ago with several other students. He said that he wanted to assess the situation here before taking off to his home settlement for the Nord. Then he should be back home by now, which means we know exactly where to find him. The fighting here grows more fierce with every sunrise. I won't stop you from going after your classmate, but I would ask that you be careful not to get caught up in any of the fighting. The nomads are preparing to move their settlement farther north to avoid getting drawn into it themselves, I believe. Really? Sounds like we need to head north quickly. That would be prudent, yes. I'd suggest you use the horses we have here at the gate if you're in a hurry. You can use the same ones you rode during your field study. That way, you'll be able to you'll be already used to handling them. Thank you for your kindness, sir. Much obliged. Alright, let's head for the settlement. It should only be an hour away on horseback. Hey, Rean, I've never ridden a horse before. It doesn't really seem like something I could pick up quickly either. I'm in the same boat. I'm not gonna be winning any races, but I can ride one okay enough. You two can just ride behind us. Anyway, let's get going. The sooner we can get there, the better. Right. Oh. Yay, wir haben jetzt also endlich das Pferd. Okay, da vor uns die Messhall. Hier... ja. Nee. Hier will ich auch gleich noch hin, aber... Hier die Messhall. Ich will Markt sprechen. When you were kids who were here for a field study earlier in the year. I thought you looked familiar. I don't know what brought you back here, but here, take this. The perfect thing to warm yourself up. And warming up is what you're going to need a lot on the Highlands this time of year. Potato croquettes. What I need right now is cheering up. I'm worried sick about Charl. I hope she's okay. Let's see the worry line from here. Hat der aber nix. Schauen wir mal, was er hier genau alles hat. Sollte gut bei ihm gleich upgraden, aber ich glaube, das lohnt sich noch nicht. Obwohl weiß ich extra schon gar nicht mehr, wie lange er so wirklich so dabei sein wird. Deswegen so, von dem Kampf brauche ich halt alles hier nichts, weil habe ich ja bessere Sachen. Macht doch kurz nicht. 449 Surface Mass, ja, let's go. Das Weapon. Das passt schon alles. Hier hängt Barrel übrigens rum. So, you finally arrived. Barrel, what are you doing here? An excellent question. In the end, all that is, was, and ever will be is in accordance with the whims of fate itself. So perhaps our meeting here is thanks to our ability as human to draw one another together. I wonder. Yeah, you lost me. Well, I see our favorite non-witch is still wonderfully mysterious. Oh. I don't think Belle's identity and purported ties to the supernatural are our biggest concerns right now. Oh, also mine auf jeden Fall. I don't really know what you're up to, but just try to be careful, okay? Oh, then let me say the same to you. I'm ever so curious as to how you all plan on beating the treacherous odds that fate has in store for you very soon. Also, die größte Frage, die ich auf jeden Fall gefühlt immer noch aus allem Codes, die ich teilen habe, ist, wer zum F ist Barrel? I've missed riding on a horse across the highlands. How to ride horse. Horseback riding controls are largely the same as those for regular movement. Use the left stick to move and dash by pressing the R1 button. You can dismount the horse by pressing the circle button. To mount it again, approach it and then press the X button. Furthermore, you can summon the horse to your current location by pressing the square button. To open the navigation menu, then pressing the triangle button. When riding, you can initiate battle by either making contact with an enemy or pressing the X button when near it. Danke und absteigen. Hallo Mint. Elliot, is it really you? Mint. Wow, didn't expect to find you here. Wow, crazy spot to run into each other, huh? You're telling me. Any chance you came here with Gaius? Not really. I actually went back home to Ruhr with a bunch of other folks from the academy. And before I knew it, I just wasn't in Ruhr. I was somewhere else. But then I was here. Weird, huh? Oh, that's putting it lightly. And then you were stuck here, right? You wouldn't happen to know where any members of Class VII are, would you? We heard Gaius left for the settlement with a few other students a while back, but that's all we know so far. Yeah, that's about the size of it. You know as much as I do, Rean. Haven't heard a peep out of him since he headed off. I guess that makes sense. Anyway, we're just glad you're safe. But take care, okay? Sounds like it's really dangerous around here these days. Okie dokie, don't worry about me. If there's one thing I am, it's lucky. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help you guys out too. Na, endlich Mint, yay. Ich mache Mint echt gerne. So, und dann gehen wir mal, nehmen wir noch ein Pferd, machen den Turbo-Modus an und gehen turbo schnell zum Settlement.
This is so cool!
Wow, this feels amazing.
Glad I still remember how to ride a horse.
The settlement's to the left of here.
We can finally see Gaius' home!
All right, let's keep up the pace.
Whoa. Yeah!
Ah, so, danke.
The settlement's dead ahead.
Yeah!
Da sind wir dann auch jetzt zum Glück endlich da. Ich hasse Nord. Ich glaube, da haben die schon ein paar Leute auf den Weg gemacht. I take it this is where Gaius' home used to be? Quite a scenic location. Doesn't seem to be anyone here anymore, though. They must have already finished evacuating the area. But why'd they leave some of their stuff behind? Probably a sign of how much of a hurry they were in to leave. My guess is they are somewhere on the northern side now. Better be the best place in the Highlands to avoid any ongoing conflicts. Okay, then let's get back on our horses and head. Someone's here. Damn it. Where did they come from? How long have they been here? They must have sensed us coming and decided to lay in wait. And by the way they move, I'm guessing they're part of the Jaeger Corps. But right? We certainly are. We're known as Nidhogg. But who the hell are you? You don't look like you're with the Imperial Army. Careful what you say. If we don't like your answer, you're gonna be coming with us. It figures they'd be acting under orders from your noble alliance. Nidhogg, huh? I've seen that name in the guild's files before. They've made a real name for themselves for being a reliable bunch. Oh, you know us, do you? First you sense us coming, then you know our name. Maybe you're tougher than you look. No need for us to hold back then. Our orders were to arrest anyone who seems suspicious, and you're definitely that. Don't expect any mercy from us. Ready for a fight, guys? You betcha. Let's turn this thing around. Right. Understood.
Oh, they snuck up on us.
Not quite.
Schön, Matthias.
Let's move.
Dann nur einen erwischt. Machen wir es doch einfach so.
There. Ha!
Zumindest eine Kämpfe. Okay, machen auch sowieso nur Laforte, das ist eine Stärke hoch.
Okay.
Bis sie dran sind, sind sie hoffentlich auch einfach tot. Oh, mir fällt gerade was ein.
Sure thing.
Etwas vergessen.
Now. All right. Let's get him.
Mal rushen.
All right. Hey.
Here I go.
Da ist ja mit der Knarre. Hab ich doch glatt fast vergessen.
Right.
Craft. Purification Shell.
Locked and loaded. You won't get away.
Take this.
It's my turn.
Curse
nice
you.
crit.
Here I go.
Hat actually nur gemattert.
Ready to go.
Danke, Tobi.
Here I
Good job.
go.
Oder auch nicht.
Curse you.
It's my turn.
Und der. Dann auch schnell weg.
Is everybody okay?
Ah, not half bad. I can see why you're called a Jaeger Corps. Still, the victory is ours this time. If you know what's good for you, you'll give up and surrender. Now. Aren't you cocky? I'd like to see how much longer that confidence lasts after this. Why do you whistle? What are these? Monsters? What are they doing? Military monsters? Never play your trump card until the very end. That's how battle should always be fought. That battle allowed us to understand what you do and how well you do it. Now it's time to finish you off. This looks bad. Combat pros in every sense of the meaning. There's gotta be some way out of this. Whoa. What in the world? What was that? A bird. Look at him.
Who the? Is everyone all right?
Gaius! You're here!
You couldn't have shown up at a better time.
I'm just glad I'm not too late. Now, allow me to fight at your side.
Damn, they weren't alone.
I wasn't expecting a horseman to come to their aid. Well played. Still, if that's how you want to do things, then... This is the Nace platoon. Huh. Acknowledged. Our work is hereby complete. Our patrol is over. We're withdrawing to the watchtower.
Wenn man bedenkt, wie das Naming-Team von den meisten Jägern ist, sie so deutschsprachig sind, war es wahrscheinlich eher der Nase-Platoon, aber hey.
Ja.
Whew, that was looking really bad for a minute.
They behaved like a high-ranking Jaeger Corps to the very end. But that was a communications device they were using, right?
Yeah. Which begs the question, how was Needhog able to use one when the 3rd Armored Division can't?
It's good to see you guys.
You were right on time, Gaius. Thanks for saving us. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Gaius Warzo.
No thanks needed between old friends. Funny. It's only now starting to sink in that it's really you. I've been praying for this day to come since the day we parted. It brings me more joy than I can express to see you standing before me.
I feel the same way. When we parted, you put yourself in harm's way to protect a guy like me. And here you are doing it again. Thanks for never giving up on me, Gaius.
You haven't already forgotten what I told you, have you? The Empire's like a second home to me. And that's thanks to you and the rest of Class VII. And no hardship is too great to endure for the sake of my homeland. As sure as the wind blows on a peaceful day, that will never change. Not now, not ever.
Thanks.
What a relief. It brings me joy to see you two safe and sound as well. I wasn't expecting you to come all the way to Nord to find me.
After we found out you were here, how could we not? Although this place is so beautiful, it's almost worth coming just for the view.
Yeah. The scenery is just so soothing. I'm happy to hear you say so.
Hard to think that even a place as beautiful as this is getting dragged into the war too.
Yeah. We can't just stand back and allow that to keep happening.
What do you guys say we talk more while we move? I'll guide you over to Lake Lacrima.
That's where Gwyn's cabin is, isn't it?
Indeed. We've all moved over there for the time being. Elisa and Milliam included.
Well, that was shockingly easy.
Now we know who the other two are. Whew.
You led them to safety, I'm guessing?
Oh, even if I know the area, they've done far more for me than I have for them. But you'll see soon enough. I'll show you the fastest route there.
Dann wissen wir auch, wer im Südosten ist. Ulysses, Emma und Laura. Da haben wir diesen schönen See, Lake Lacrima. Wow, this place is stunning. It seems surprisingly lively too. I'm guessing that because of all the nomads here. Was everyone able to make it here safely? Fortunately, yes. Elisa and Milliam should be somewhere around here too. Bro! bro. Oh, would you look at that? Like some of the locals are here to welcome us. I'm back, Lily. Welcome back. He's back. Wait, isn't that boy with him, Rean? It is. Rean's here. Oh, Charles with you guys. I'm glad to see everyone's doing so well. Couldn't help but worry, you know? Yeah, they're all fine. Well, now that we're here, I should let Dad know what's going on. After celebrating their reunion with Gaius' sibling, both sides all smiled. Gaius led them to a lakeside yurt to meet up with his parents. Greetings, everyone. For those of us who haven't met before, I'm Lacan, Gaius' father. And I'm his mother, Fatma. It's a pleasure to meet more of his friends. Same. Wait, you're his mother? I was under the impression that you were his sister. Man, mach jetzt auf zu flirten. Of course, I mean that in the best way possible. I'll take it as a compliment. It's a relief to see you all safe and sound. We were all very worried about you. So were we, especially with the possibility of you all getting swept up in one of the battles here. I'm actually surprised you weren't. We received word from the Legate shortly before everything kicked off, which gave us enough time to relocate, fortunately. We also arrived in Nord around that time too, so we were able to assist in moving the settlement here. And that about sums up what we've done ever since leaving Stores. Surprisingly lucky timing, I'd say. My main worry now, though, is what'll happen if these battles keep up. Yeah, chances are the fighting could end up extending all the way out here eventually. Personally, I'm more concerned about the Jaegers stationed around in the Highlands. Things aren't going to get easier for us anytime soon, so long as this war continues. But as true as that may be, we'd like for you all to focus on your main objective for now. Gaius isn't the only one you came to find, is he? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Elise or Milliam around. Do you know where they are? I noticed Gwyn isn't here either. Is he with them? They made their way to the northeastern region of the Highlands not very long ago. Gwyn mentioned he wanted to look into something there. I believe he was hoping to find out what caused all the orbital communications here to the north to cut off. Oh, we heard about that. Doesn't seem like the Jaeger's equipment is affected any. Yeah, weirdly enough. I bet you the Noble Alliance has a hand on this. Regardless, I'm sure they'll be back soon enough. Would you like to wait here for them? Thank you, but we'd rather follow after them. Who knows, maybe they'll be able to use our help once we're there. We have nothing to lose but checking. Sorry for leaving so soon, but I don't think we'll be too long. Oh, not at all. You shouldn't have any trouble reaching the northeastern region of the Highlands if you have Gaius with you. Good luck, and may the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you. Thanks. Let's go find our friends. Gaius joined the party. Yay! About the settlement facilities. The settlement contains 3 key facilities. The Elder's Home acts as a noble factory, the trading post acts as a weapon/armor shop, the lodging yurt allows you to rest. Use them whenever necessary. Horses. Horses can be ridden within the settlement much like they can on the Highlands. You can summon the horse to your current location by pressing the square button to open the navigation menu, then pressing the triangle button. Na gut, hier logischerweise nicht. Weil ich einfach so probiert habe. Das erste, was ich machen will, ist natürlich Gaius. Ja, schon für Torwald. Ja, ergibt schon am meisten Sinn. Gaius ist mit Rean verknüpft. Ah, Gaius hat aber zumindest mehr als Markias. Deswegen mache ich gerade mal wieder die Kombi. Hier Ausrüstung mit Fafnir. Alfreds Armor. Wie irgendwas, was Evasion gibt. Nee, aber Lord Boots. Ah, hier den Grand Corden. Habe ich irgendwas, was 5 in Evasion, wow. Ein besser halt nix, I guess. Besser halt nix, it is. Darum werde ich mich dann anders kümmern. Da geht's raus. So, dann erstmal ins Elder House. Mit ihr sprechen? Ja. You're intending to leave immediately, aren't you? If I may make one suggestion, I find it best to warm your body and energize your spirit before taking on a major challenge. I think some delicious milk tea is just the thing for it. Here's how it's made. Thank you for your kindness. Perfekt. Dann ins Doktorhaus. Kann ich mich teleportieren? Nee. Doktors Haus da unten. Hier muss ich sprechen. I was totally hooked on this book Gwyn recommended. I ended up finishing the whole thing before I knew it. He asked me to spread the word about it as much as possible, so here. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Sicherlich, sicherlich. So. Dann haben wir noch Logic Trading Post. Was man hier alles noch so besorgen kann. Nehmen wir davon mal so 2 mit. Nicht ausrüsten, aber einfach um sie beizuhaben. Genau, und hier würdet ihr nochmal eine Neukapitel von Gambler Jack kaufen können. Und dann letzte Handlung bevor die, nee, da. Bevor wir den Part beenden, ist hier vorne zu dem Pier zu gehen.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Denn irgendwo hier, der ist ein
This
Fishing
spot looks perfect for fishing.
Ja, das tut er.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Ja. Nochmal hier schön 3 Fischis. Das ist der Arnor Carp, glaube ich, ne?
Not bad.
Ja. Weiter. Noch ein. Supi. Ich denke, ob ich lieber einfach Fische fangen würde, die ich noch nicht habe. Aber hey.
Not bad.
Beggars can't be choosers, right? Change Rod. Das ist die einfache. Warte mal noch ab, bis mein Guide mich darauf hinweist, dass die neue Ding eine neue Angel kaufen kann. Und dann mache ich den Switch. Perfekt.
Not
Der hat
bad.
nicht so wirklich was gebracht, die 3, aber hey. Immerhin 15 Wins-Repeaten, I guess. Aber hey. So. Dann hoffe ich doch, dass euch diese Party gefallen hat. Wenn ja, lasst gerne einen Daumen nach oben da. Abonniert den Kanal, um nichts was zu verpassen. Und beim nächsten Mal machen wir uns dann hier auf den Weg Richtung dem nördlichen Teil der Nord Highlands. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.